Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Lady Freedom here, coming at you with another raw narrative. Today, we are going to examine an interview with Smiley from Smiley Stories World that took place on March 20th, 2024. It was 24 days into the investigation for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Let's watch.
That girl wants to know what was he wearing when they went to dinner. Maybe he returned if it was his favorite place, I guess, to the restaurant. Katie, you remember?
We may have lost her.
Oh, um,
Oh,
I don't know. Yeah, she's been going in and out. Okay, we'll save that. I'll just leave it up there so I don't forget or whatever. Oh, let's see. I know that girl has been wanting to ask like what he had on. I don't think Katie heard me a while ago, but like when y'all were out to eat Sunday, like what he had on that day, like when he went out to eat.
His
And
tennis,
let's go ahead.
his tennis shoes, jeans, and a black T-shirt with Grogu on the front.
Okay.
I can't help but notice when Sebastian sits down, he automatically notices the game sitting on the table, and Katie dismissively grabs a menu and shoves it in Sebastian's face. I'm not sure, of course, what was said, but it does seem like he was told he couldn't play the game. Defeated, Sebastian sits and eats his food while his mother pays barely any attention to him. It does look like they're conversating now, but later in the video, you see them not talking much at all, and Katie is on her phone. So, why did Katie not let Sebastian play the game? If she was going to be on her phone the entire dinner, least she could do is let him play the game.
And and then he changed before he went to bed into the black.
The black sweatpants with the white stripes down the side and a long sleeve black shirt.
Okay. And that, I think,
Which was
what,
originally listed on the missing poster as a sweatshirt, and everybody mistaken it for a hoodie. And even Seth said himself that we both were trying to get that corrected because it was
yep.
because when they said sweatshirt, everybody assumed it meant hoodie, not long sleeve black shirt.
Mhm.
And then
Mm-hmm.
another thing, they're not sweatpants, Adidas pants, where you had the white stripes down the side, almost like a tearaway style pants.
Yeah,
That is what the pants were. They weren't sweatpants.
I know what you're talking about exactly.
That's why I'm like, older folks will know. These younger kids, I don't know if they'll know or not.
Yeah, I know
I
exactly.
just call them sweatpants, but
Well, there's a difference.
The Amber Alert remains active, and now nearly 10 months after Sebastian Rogers disappeared, those leading the search effort say no one is giving up.
It's not a cold case. It's an active and ongoing investigation.
Sumner County Sheriff Eric Craddock has been on the case since Sebastian disappeared from his Hendersonville home back on February 26th. Since then, hundreds of tips have been investigated, and to date, there still have been no confirmed sightings.
So they come out about, 11 times, counting the backyard where they took pictures. Okay, so did they come in and check as well the 11 times? Or did they do forensics like luminol or anything like that?
No.
Just asking.
No. I can answer. No, they haven't done that. We actually, Katie and I sat down at our table in our dining room, and that's basically where everything conducts itself. We sat down with them in the dining room, and I asked them flat out. I was like, "What about fingerprints?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can we not take fingerprints? What can we do? Can we check this? Can we check that?" And they said no, and they explained why fingerprinting would not necessarily be where they would get a hit, was ridges and things like that compromise the fingerprint.
Yeah.
And he goes, despite TV and the movies, that stuff you see is not necessarily true. I was like, okay, well, that's cool. I just, they said, think of anything. Well, we were thinking and asked them, how about this? And how about that? What about this? What about that? And we got shot down.
Yeah. So,
In that vacuum, rumors continued to run rampant online from less than credible sources.
Well, it's real easy to sit on social media and make those comments.
Sheriff Craddock says investigators deal with facts, seeking evidence and hard leads. There have been few official updates in recent months, but the sheriff says investigators meet weekly about the case.
I've been pretty transparent. There is some information that's just not releasable, right? And that's only because any information released could be prejudicial to the case. And a successful resolution is my ultimate goal.
What in the world is this on your arm on day 8, the interview? It's a scratch or a bite mark?
Left arm or right arm?
Oh, I don't know. It's the one where you were in the green shirt. And I think it was the right arm.
So right arm slightly above the elbow. I'm guessing.
I think it was right below, if I'm not mistaken.
So I've got 2 spots on one on my hand, and I got one on closer to my elbow. There are 2 spots. We have little Morkies, and we have one that's very playful. We have one that's not so playful. And I like to roughhouse with my little Morkies, and I put my hand down, and they chase it around, and I don't stop, and I let them nibble, and I've been dumb enough, and I've gotten scratched by the bigger one.
They got their claws clipped and not grinded, so they're rough right now.
Yeah, but I thought you hadn't been home for almost a month, or all month. I thought it looked like fresh scratch. I'm just saying.
when I'm in a green shirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
You were talking to Fox 17.
Okay, Fox 17. I had already been home. So I got home February 26th. That can be released because that's when I came home.
Yeah, you're saying it was a new scratch then?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I was like, no, I came home February 26th. We did the interview, and those were scratches that are fresh.
Okay.
The day I came home, I was actually still wearing my work clothes.
Okay.
And I believe I was wearing it's like a mint colored button-up shirt, I think.
You were?
Yep, there you go.
There's not a day that doesn't go by that I don't think about Sebastian.
EMA Director Ken Widener has headed up search efforts around Sebastian's home and beyond from the very beginning, and it is his team that stands ready to act on any credible lead that comes from the tip line.
We have K9 on standby, we have search teams on standby, we've got drones ready to go, and we go.
The question of what happened to Sebastian very much still remains open, and to date, nothing has been ruled out, including the possibility of foul play. And on that note, District Attorney Ray Whitley tells me he gets updates on the case nearly every week, and he does stand ready to prosecute if it ever comes to that.
What was his favorite food?
Well, that depends on which day of the week.
What day of the week?
Yeah.
He changes his favorite food probably every day. Chocolate milk has been a long time runner.
Tofu, believe it or not, tofu. He's not a huge steak eater, but steamed tofu.
Not fried and no sauce, just plain steamed tofu and sushi. The boy loves sushi.
Yep.
He loves it.
Sebastian isn't a steak eater. He doesn't really care for steak, yet he is brought to a steakhouse with Katie and she only orders French fries. Make it make sense. Why is Katie not eating a steak? How come she brought Sebastian to this specific location? If she wasn't going to order a steak or anything in particular off the menu, why would she bring Sebastian here? I think it's really worth looking into.